Welcome to the channel. This video is about changing the cord on a Craftsman mini tiller, the 4-cycle. So I have it opened up halfway, but I'll explain how to do that. First of all, I got these bolts off here where this holder goes on. There's 4 screws, so I got 3 of those out, shifted this back, and then the motor goes over here, and there's a couple of screws that go on the bottom, these 2. So once you open those screws, the whole motor comes out. It detaches from the tiller itself. Now, there's a couple of things I had trouble with is, so this thing goes on like right here, and then there's this thing, well actually this right there, and this goes on top of it. Inside of this is a screw that detaches this off, and the screw is kinda very hard to get to. So I used a skinny screwdriver like this. I had to shave off the corners over here just to get it in here and turn the screw off. So once I got that off, and this thing has screws on it too, so I had to hit this part here with a screwdriver and a hammer to get this detached from it. So once I got that off, then I got this out, and so this thing holds this whole the pulley for the cord. So got this off, but there's a clip that goes on top of here, so I had to pry this out and got this out. So I've changed the cord here, and there's a spring inside which when you pull this, it'll unwind, and be careful with it. The spring does not hit your fingers. So I've got the spring back in there again, so I used a socket and 1 1/8 socket to go on top of here. Then I held the bottom, the wheel, and then I twisted this go open wise, I mean left, and got it in there. So I don't want to take it off now, but it's just easier with the 1 1/8 socket. And let's see what else. I'm trying to get this back, and then I'll show you the rest. So there's another spring like this. This is all unwound, that goes in here. So it goes, the cup goes down, the spring sits in there. So I'm gonna try to get that back in there. This might be a pain though. We'll see. So I got this spring encaged in here. I think I got it though. I messed up. Oh man. So I got the spring encaged in here. Now what I did was I put the spring flat on here, and then I put it on the table, and I start turning this, and then I held it with hand, and I put this cover on top of here. So now what I gotta do is You gotta take this spring out. Hopefully it stays all together. So the spring's in there now. Now I have to get it in this slot right here. So hopefully I can do that. Okay, there it is. It's sitting good in there. Now I gotta put this on top of here. Before I do that, I should run the cord through this hole right here. So I'm going to try putting the spring here with the cup. And okay, I had to resort to my previous idea of putting the steel spring with the cup first and then put this plastic on top of there afterwards. So now it's in there. Now it's just got to put everything back. I did have to wind this left from this side to get some of the cord on here. Okay. Okay. This big washer goes on here. Now this goes back on here. This is how I got it off, and I'm gonna just notch it in. That should be good enough. And there's a thin washer that goes on here. Then goes the clutch, and the screws still in there, and that gets tightened. Now the fine thread screws, 4 of them, 1 for each corner. Okay, so all this part is good. Now we gotta put this cover on here, and that takes these coarse thread. So at this time I'm gonna get this part back onto the tiller, and this part I didn't even have to open it. It was kind of a trial and error for me. That's why I made this video. So this I'll put it back on to the engine after I put the motor on the tiller. So this is the reason I had to open this, because these screws are right behind here, so there's no way of getting to it. So that's why I had to open those. So now there's 2 screws that go on here. This is the pinching bolt, and this one locks it in position to the shaft.